Hello, Elise here, Artistic Director of New Musicals Inc., with the 44th in my series of video blogs in the series How to Get No Feedback from Elise. Today I wanted to talk a little bit about telling an ensemble story. Often people are interested in the idea of telling a story that doesn't have a lead character, that we are following, one character through the entire story, or that doesn't have, a love story, which can be a male-female heterosexual story. It can be a same-sex love story. It can be a father-daughter love story. It can be a best friend's love story. There are many, 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 many ways where you can tell a story of love between two people. It can be many different kinds of love. And that's maybe the second most popular approach to writing a show, either a single lead or a double lead, some form of love story. But occasionally people want to tell an ensemble story where you have 5 or 6 or sometimes as many as 8 people whose stories you firmly believe are all equally interesting and important, and everybody has a journey to go through from one end to the other. They all probably wind up illustrating or showing different aspects of the same theme. Is one thing that I would recommend, is that you still basically have one basic theme that you're trying to present. It's possible that all of the characters arrive at that theme through their journey. It's possible that that some of them arrive at the opposite. Maybe you're exploring a story where you want to leave it ambiguous enough that you are presenting some kind of an option like, love conquers all, and at the end of the day you want 4 of your characters to believe that love indeed does conquer all, and the other 4 to think, and not so much, love does not conquer all. There's many different ways that you can approach it. But I do think that you want to have one kind of overarching theme that your various ensemble members are all contributing to in some way. They're illuminating that theme in some way, not necessarily the same way, but in some way. Now, that being said, I do want to say that it's my personal belief that no matter how hard you try to represent all of these characters equally and have them all be equally important, I still think at the end of the day there is going to be one character who illustrates and illuminates your theme more than any of the others. Not perhaps so much more that they suddenly become a lead character and it's not an ensemble story anymore. There still can be a fair amount of equality between the size of the roles and the importance of the stories. But I still think at the end of the day, one of your characters is likely to emerge as being the one that illustrates your theme the most. And everyone else might circle around it. They might disprove the theme or not wind up with the same idea or whatever. But I would encourage you that I think that gives a focus to your story and doesn't necessarily have to detract from the idea that you're writing an ensemble piece. I still think you're going to find that it's useful when you're working on your theme, when you're working on your story structure, when you're deciding the arc of your characters, to understand that one of your characters is probably going to be more prominent, thematically at least, even if that doesn't necessarily mean they have more time on stage or sing more than the others. But thematically, they are going to be sort of the center of your story, and they are going to tell the truest, clearest version of your theme. Their story is going to illustrate your truest theme the most perfectly. And others may, bounce off of and reflect your theme in various different ways, but that one is going to emerge. So even if you are determined to write an ensemble show, and I don't try to dissuade you from that, but I do think it's worth your while to identify which character most illuminates your theme and really think about that in your decision making. Even if you're trying to equalize the roles, really bear in mind that you want that one character to be the focal point that helps you make decisions about how the story is going to be told and how all the characters interact with each other. That would be my recommendation for an ensemble show. So thank you very much. See you next time, and toodaloo.